How to tell the difference between Chinese, Japanese and Korean people. This isn't supposed to be racist or anything, but I do know it is biased in a way because of my upbringing, but I hope that this does help you out in telling the difference a bit. I'll be telling you the easiest way, then about their language, then about their facial features, other indicators, and a little test at the end for you. Asking them.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm British born, but I know the answer you're looking for is like China. So, my parents are from Hong Kong. I'm born in England.
Are you Chinese?
Yes, I'm Chinese.
I forgot. Are you Japanese?
No, not Japanese. I've already told you I'm Chinese.
Are you Chinese? 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 Are you Chinese?
Are you seriously asking me that again? I told you so many times. I'm Chinese. Now get that in your head. So yeah, asking someone what race they are is the easiest way to find out. But if you keep forgetting and you keep asking, it does get annoying. But if you don't want to ask, you could learn from their language or from their facial features. Their languages. You can hear when they talk their own language that they're all different. So I find that Chinese, a lot of the sentences end in la, ga, or a, or if you have a strong accent, even when they speak English, they add the word la at the end. So I thought I'll tell you a bit of Chinese since I know Chinese. So for Mandarin, you'll have something like ni hao ma. In Cantonese, it's lei hao ma. And I got a friend who's Japanese and another friend who's Korean to help me pronounce a bit of their language so you can hear it, just because I probably can't pronounce it properly.
日本語を話しますか? 좋은 날씨 오늘.
We all answer phones differently, and I find that quite useful to help you tell what race the person is. So for English people it would just be hello. For Chinese people we answer it like wei. Japanese answer it as mushi mushi, and Korean answer it as yeboseyo. I don't know if I pronounced that too well, but I think you get the point.
만나서 반갑습니다.
The writing have quite a lot of circles in them. Konnichiwa. I find their language writing looks more like squiggles. There's not a lot of lines in them compared to Chinese. Or Tengengo. You can see that Chinese has a lot of lines in them. It's more of a character. Facial features. Okay, so most of us Asians were quite physically small in size, so you need to focus on our facial features to be able to tell the differences. Okay, this is very important, but China is so huge that everything kind of varies, because there's northern China, southern China, whereas for Korean and Japan, because it's a smaller place, things are more common. So hopefully this helps. Let's start with the structure of your face. So for Chinese people, we have wider cheekbones, so our faces are normally quite round, and the Japanese have a longer oval shaped structure, and the Korean normally just have like their face are quite flat. Looking at the eyes, we all tend to have quite small eyes. The Japanese have bigger eyes than the Chinese normally, and Korean is known for the smallest eyes. That's mainly because they don't have this. They don't have the eyelid. They don't have a double eyelid. I always found it quite offensive when people always just think Chinese eyes are like that. Every time I go to the opticians to get my glasses, they always tell me to open my eyes bigger. They never go any bigger. But I never really saw my eyes as really tiny. A lot of people these days, they like to wear circle lenses to make their eyes bigger. But the ones that normally wear it are normally Japanese, because that's where it came from. But I do see quite a few Chinese people starting to wear it. This girl's wearing circle lenses. You can see her eyes are really big and round. I hope you could tell she's Japanese from her face. Looking at the nose, we all have quite flat noses, but I find that the Japanese have a more sharper nose compared to Korean and Chinese people. And not to mention, lots of people nowadays are they're mixed races, so it's quite hard to tell. Moving on to the skin colour, that mainly goes down to like where you're from. For example, I was British born, so I find myself quite pale, and you can always get tans, but I don't seem to tan, I seem to burn instead. I also find that the Japanese wear more makeup compared to Chinese and Korean, so they normally have more pale skin compared to us. But like I said, I guess it depends. You can see my skin's very white there. And there's also hair colour. We all have black hair. My hair naturally is like, it's really dark brown, so it looks black, but when you're in the light it sort of glows and looks light brown. I don't know why, but it just does. Lighting is a dark here, so everything looks a bit orange, but you can tell my hair is really brown. Other indicators. A lot of people like to dye their hair now, so hair colour isn't exactly useful for you to tell the difference. But I also do find that the Japanese like to dye their hair more compared to other races. Hairstyle is quite subjective to the person, and I also find clothing quite subjective as well, unless they're gonna wear their traditional clothes. Like, if I wore my cheongsam, you'll know that I'm Chinese. Or if Japanese people wore their kimono. Another great way to tell is their name itself. You can see where it originated from. So I always found that lots of people think of Chinese people with the name Li or Chan, and lots of people just like to say Ching Chong anyway, but I think it's probably because of the well-known actors like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Jet Li. Behaviour is another way to tell. They might bring their culture side with them. For example, Japanese people might sit on the floor when they eat. Test yourself. I'll be showing you 3 images, one of each race, and you will be guessing which one is which based on what I've told you. Here's a hint. Look at their facial structure. answers. Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. I hope you did well on the test, and thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, or comment. Bye!